All right, folks, let's take a look at what news is happening in the board game industry at this point in time. And first, we're starting with some news that I'm pretty pleased about, and that's that Garfield Games and Renegade has some new Paladins of the West Kingdom products. There's a new expansion, City of Crowns, but more exciting for me, the collector's box, because the size of Garfield boxes is always small and hard to put everything in for me. So I'm glad. What do you all think about that cover there? Just that stark look at the battleground.
It's very good, very dynamic.
I think it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I like that.
Are they gonna put the name on it at all?
Well, it's on the sides of the box, and I suspect this may not be a retail product, possibly, which then doesn't matter if it has the name on it. But I don't know that. I'm just speculating. They're both going for pre-order and being released in September of this year.
Looks good.
I gotta guess me one of these.
Yeah. Garfield Games has released a solo campaign for Hadrian's Wall, one of the more complex roll and writes out there. You can now play through a campaign, 16 different forts to go through. So if you like Hadrian's Wall and you want to play a lot solo, your name is Mike DeLisio, and he already has a copy of this, so I'm not sure why this is in the news. I'm just kidding. I know a lot of people like this and want to play through the campaign.
Mike put it in the news.
Mike did put it in the news, and he already has it printed out and going to go through it. So, all right. June 20th was a big day in Target. A lot of new games released. There's a ton. We can't go through all of them. Hasbro released a lot of garbage, and I'm being very blunt on that one because it's definitely true. But also some bigger retail products: Terraforming Mars, Ares Expedition, Trails, which is a smaller version of Parks, Summer Camp, and Taco Bell, the Party Pack card game, which looks like a package of Taco Bell, but it's actually a card game. Summer Camp, if you're curious on how that one plays, is one of the games we're playing live in the Summer Spectacular. So keep an eye out for that. Me and Zee ran into each other at Target again as we were both looking for these games on the 20th.
That's right.
That's pretty funny. Is Trails an expansion for Parks, or is this a completely separate game?
It's not. It's its own standalone game that is sort of in the same family as Parks, but plays differently and is a little bit lighter and a little more streamlined.
All right, then we have a new game called Stella. This is in the Dixit universe here. It's a competitive game. It looks like it's a kind of a Dixit, like sideways from Dixit. You have a common clue word, and you're looking at the cards and picking one that matches that clue word, and you're trying to match other people, which sounds like you could use the Dixit cards for this, right?
Right. It seems that way. I'm thinking there might be other tokens in here, because otherwise I could play this as soon as they release the rules, because I got a bunch of Dixit cards. You know what this sounds like to me is a little bit like that compatibility game I really like.
Oh, you're right. That does sound
where
like that.
You give me a word and then I rank a few cards. I don't know if it's one card. I don't think they've technically set that. It might be several. Like pick the top 3, rank them by how strongly you associate them with the word. That might be it. If that's the case, compatibility, man. I mean, that's basically it.
I'm cool with that. I hope that's the case.
I'm good with it. I'm doing it.
So the Artemis Odyssey is coming out. This is a sequel. This is from the Grand Gamers Guild. This is a sequel to the Artemis Project. However, it's a sequel in theme only because this is from Bruno Feduzzi and Serge Leggett. It's actually a redone version of Ad Astra, which came out in 2009. And Ad Astra itself, when I first played it, I thought, this is kind of a redone version of Catan. That's what it feels like, a little bit like Catan in space. Mm-hmm. Did you ever play Ad Astra, Stephen?
I did not. One of those games I kind of always had like on my list of let me pick it up at some point, but I never picked it up, never played it.
Yeah, I really like it. No, I'm sorry. I'm thinking about the next game. I thought it was okay. But I do really like Grand Gamers Guild and their way they put out games. So maybe things have changed. Maybe it's better, more streamlined. We'll see.
All right.
I got ahead of myself. The game I really like is the next one, and that is The Lost Code. This is a retheming of Think Straight. Think Straight, which is a Leo Calavini game, and I normally don't like his stuff, but this is one of the best deduction games ever played. The original production was from Hook and was awful. It's one of the worst productions to a game I've ever seen. I mean, it's so bad. I didn't keep the game. I probably would rate this game close to a 9. That's how much I liked it. But the production was so bad, I got rid of it.
I'm right there with you. I used to own a copy of this as well, and I got rid of it simply because of the displeasure of playing the game.
So
not because of the game quality, the game's design, but the quality of the components brought me such sadness. I got rid of it. And this is a reprint of that coming later on. Yeah.
This sounds a little bit like
to...
Code 777. I'm just looking at. I've never played either one. Does it have? I mean, it's a deduction game with numbers. Does it have similarities to that?
I would say Code 777 is a easier version. This is a little bit more involved. You're trying to figure out a sequence of numbers. But yeah, there is some similarities. I would say play Code 77 first, then play this one next.
Yeah. And this is coming, I believe, later this year to Kickstarter. Is that correct, Tom?
That's what they said. Zee was mentioning it. This looks like a fully production copy, so I would imagine when it's Kickstarter, you'll be able to get it pretty quick after that. But
that would be great.
Yeah, they said Kickstarter.
Nice.
All right. This is from what's the company here? I'm looking here. This is from Boards and Dice, right? Well, no, the game is called Zapotec. This is from Boards and Dice, I believe. They are starting a new line of games called Geek Essentials. These are games that they are making specifically for gamers, I guess Board Game Geek gamers, and they will be exclusively bought through Board Game Geek. So this looks like they're T games, honestly. It looks like it would fit in that line, except it starts with a Z rather than a T. And they said they're going to be producing one each year in this line. I do like the multicolor ziggurats on the cover. That looks kind of cool. But there's not a lot more we know about the game yet, other than I like a lot of stuff from Boards and Dice, so I'm interested to see this one.
Didn't you trademark the word essentials? I thought you did. Never mind. Forget it.
No, I don't think anyone can own a word.
I'm kidding.
All right. There's no such thing as a free lunch, but you can get a free ride from Friedemann Friese. A new game here. Real Grande is publishing this with them. So this is, what is the theming of this game? Do you get free rides in it? I didn't see that. It looks like Transamerica a little bit. You're building a rail line and connecting cities. And when you travel on your own stuff, it's free. That does sound like Transamerica.
It
says, like the cover of this. They haven't shown what the board of this looks like yet, have they?
I don't think so.
We've only seen this cover. That's the only image we have, right?
Yeah, I think. That's all I've seen.
I like the cover. I mean, this is the Friedemann Friese game I've been the most excited for in a while, I'll be honest. I know that seems weird because I'm not necessarily a big train gamer, but his recent games have been so off the wall that I just haven't been interested. That Fiume game didn't look interesting to me. It looked really kind of boring. But then also just before that, you had like a sloth and a guy running away from work for the weekend or something. It was like, what's happening? This looks like, I don't know, something I could just sort of... that cover's captivating. I want to set this down and give it a go. So, yeah, hopefully this is something I can really dig into. I like the look of it.
All righty. Well, we also, we have a new company here called Bitewing Games. They're launching with a trio of Knizia card games that not only all from the same designer, they all have the same theme, the Criminal Capers collection. This is going on to Kickstarter. It does look like they forgot to get an artist.
Oh, that's not nice.
I don't like that art. I also think
Even the Heffalump? I like that Heffalump. He's holding a gun and he has a badge.
I gotta say, the Soda Smugglers is a funny name theme, but Pumafiosa, or however you pronounce that, may be one of the worst names.
It's Puma Mafiosi.
Puma Fiosa. As the Podfather's telling us, the rise of the cat mafia is going to be taken over.
So much.
I'm playing that game with Stephen Buonocore. You can quote me on that.
Yes, we're getting it. We're playing it.
Now, I know this may shock you, but these are re-implementations of older games.
What?
So,
Knizia is doing that? That's surprising.
I don't know if I played these. This first one's Heisware. The one I'm not going to say the name again was originally called Rooster Booster, which I'm not sure is a better name either. It was a quasi-bidding, quasi-trick-taking game. All right. And then the other one, it doesn't say Hot Lead is a reprint, so maybe it's a new game. We'll see. This is a kind of a new thing.
I kind of like the look of these, Tom. I mean, I don't know if
I don't like that art.
So I worry about things like, is your card quality going to be good? Are you sure you know what you're doing? And the artwork, I don't think it's attractive. Here's the thing. I just think it's so weird. There's something kind of cute about it. There's something really distinct about it. Yeah, I don't hate it. I don't think it's pretty, but I don't hate it.
All right, maybe I'll come around on it. We'll see. Let's talk about something I'm really excited about. Nowadays, when a legacy game or a campaign game shows up, I almost sigh a little bit because it's a lot of work. But I'm really pumped about the newest game coming from Lucky Duck, Divinus. This here is a legacy game that's going to be crowdfunded. I'm pretty sure it's on GameFound. It's going to be released next year, but it's a competitive legacy tile-laying digital hybrid game. So they're using the technology that they put into Destinies and Chronicles of Crime and adding that to Legacy. I'm really excited about this. This is, I think, my number one game I'm excited about right now.
That box art is stunning. And I agree with everything you said. This could be a biggie.
Yeah, I like that.
Philip I don't know how to say his last name, Milunsky, is the designer, if I'm not mistaken, of the CV games.
Yep.
And he is the designer of that tile-laying city building game that North Star reprinted.
The Poland one, Warsaw City of Ruins.
Yeah, that.
Well, he also did Destinies, which is the last game they produced, which I really like.
Oh, I didn't know that was his. Okay. Moving on up in the world, because that's a big game. I liked his stuff from before, but it sounds like he took the what's the the Agricola designer. He went from little card games to giant games all of a sudden.
Right.
Why am I forgetting his name?
Rosenberg.
Rosenberg. Jeez. It sounds like he took the Rosenberg potion and suddenly he's making gigantic games. Cool.
I also like how it says in here that every campaign, every scenario, you open a new box of new stuff. That's how I think legacy games should be. I'm just really excited. Everything here, Lucky Duck is on fire right now.
Yeah, really great. Yeah.
All right. Blue Orange. All right, so we're going to go through these next slides pretty quickly. Blue Orange has announced a few new games. We have the Pancake Monster, which looks like it doubles as a hamper because it does. You have to stack your pancake.
What is this, man?
You have to stack your pancake.
What do you feed it?
Onto the tongue without the monster popping up and biting you.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
That's awesome.
Getting this. I'm getting
ages 3+. Ages 3+. Definitely gonna. Tom, you and I have to do this as a dexterity challenge. It would be ridiculous.
There's dexterity challenges are coming for sure. Wilson and Shep. This is a one versus all, kind of a small little game. I believe we have this in the studio here. So we'll get this one played sooner than later, I'm sure. Paco's Party. A kid's game, it looks like, where you're trying to figure out what's missing from things.
Okay.
Loopy Looper. This is a fidget spinner marble toy thing.
Those are weird looking.
They're kind of cool looking.
You're launching.
Yeah, they look
you got to keep the marbles
crazy.
spinning. And then finally, Clydo. It's a football. You can stick a light stick inside it, and you can see it at night. And holes for an easy grip.
This
That's
is
interesting.
This is from Blue Orange? They're making these like
Apparently
toys.
they're moving into the toy department, which is not a bad move, honestly. So
Nice. I like this football thing. That's cool. Yeah, this is neat. Good packaging. It seems like this should do well at game stores.
we'll see. All right, moving on. Marvel Champions releases Nebula, which is not a big surprise considering how popular she is in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I really like the coloring of these cards and packaging. That's sharp.
Yeah, nice.
It's hard color.
Sure,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying it looks really good.
Yeah.
All right,
Beautiful.
I am unreasonably interested in this next one. Summertime. DZ, Jazzy Jeff, and the Fresh Prince show up in a new game from WizKids. This is from
was Zev
Summertime
smoking
named
crack
after
on this
their-
one?
What?
Is Zev smoking crack when he did this one?
Are you kidding? You don't like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
Dude, that's like 35 years old at this point or something.
Oh, I'm sorry. So you were like 30 when it came out. You should have been watching TV then.
I might have been.
I'm actually interested in this one. This one actually looks like it makes me think Funko did this one, but it's not. It's Z-Man. I mean, WizKids. I say Z-Man. Sorry. All right.
Ooh.
Let's talk about Dune. Big movie coming out this year. It was supposed to come out last year. They delayed it till now. We got 2 games. The first one is from Portal. Now, we already talked about this in the past when Portal made all their announcements for the year, but now they're showing off some of it. It looks really gorgeous, although there's a lot of text in it, too. This is essentially like their detective games, but in the Dune universe, which sounds like a great use of that system. Like, if you want a game that's filled with the theme of Dune, this sounds like it's what we're looking for.
So, yeah, Ignacio's really capitalizing on the detective system, which I think is phenomenal and brilliant. And he had the Vienna connection before this one. I'm very much looking forward to this and to use it, use that in now a Dune universe. And, of course, as I think we all know as geeks, Dune is going to be huge at the end of this year with hopefully the movie coming out that we can see. There's still all kinds of controversy, lawsuits around where the movie is supposed to come out. Maybe you haven't heard about that, but I've been reading about.
I've not heard about that. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So HBO is being sued by the theaters. It's just this kind of crazy thing, but they'll probably work it out. Yeah, they'll probably work it out. But I mean, I'm really looking forward to the new Dune movie. I'm really looking forward to Ignacio's new game. And I think we even have more to talk about in the Dune universe, right?
We do. So that's one Dune game, and that's going to be pre-ordered in June 12th. The other one is coming from Gale Force 9. Now, Gale Force 9, a couple years ago, reprinted the classic Dune, but this is a brand new version of this. It's a brand new game. This is very different. I believe it's the same designers, though. And in this one...
Like the Cosmic Encounter designers?
I
don't
thought
think
so. What's this
one
called?
Wrong.
It's
They
just
might have
called
credited them.
Dune, a game of conquest and diplomacy.
Yeah. Let me look it up, actually.
Hey, let me pronounce some things correctly. House Atreides. House
Atreides.
Harkonnen.
Harkonnen.
It's Hakuna Matata.
The Freeman.
Fremen.
Hey. The spice, well known in the world, melange.
Melange.
Hey.
But
correct me.
this Tom, so this one, so again, I don't know how the game plays. Like, it's a completely different game, or they just streamlined it.
It's a streamlined, quicker version of the original game.
Right. Which is to my point. We mentioned last week, 2 weeks ago, last time I was on with you, that air quotes Battlestar Galactica was being re-released, right, under new IP, and you were like kind of anti it because they were leaving it at like 3.
I'm not thrilled about the Cthulhu theme. That's all.
Right, but you also didn't love the fact that it was still a 3 to 4 hour game. I'm pretty sure that was part of
It's more me than Tom probably, but yeah.
Yeah, but which I get. So these guys took a completely different tact, and I think that's great. They took the original system, boiled it down to something, and now it plays in 30 to 60 minutes. That's phenomenal that they could do it. Now, it's probably a vastly different game, but cool. I'm excited about this as well.
Sure, but when you do something like this, you also don't get rid of the original game. So if someone's like, I don't want to play this new short one, then don't. Play the the bigger one. They have both.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm excited about this. This is coming out September 11th of this year. And I guess they picked the 4 most popular factions to do. Who'd they leave out? They left out the Ben Gesserit and the guys who fly the ships, the guild. Yeah.
So
this is interesting. I'm excited about this. I played Dune way back in the day, but a smaller, shorter version. I'm interested in that.
I never bought the first the Gale Force 9 version because I have the original, but this one I think I'm going to go out and get this one because it's now different and shorter.
Alrighty, well, folks, that's all the news that's fit to print or read or talk about